Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Scott Vance. I'm with Trishley Financial Advising, doing my daily question and answer. If you have a question, you could certainly submit it to be answered. But the question that I have for you today is, how do I select a college savings vehicle for my child, and when should I start one? So that's a common question I get from many of my clients in dealing with potential savings for their child's future college education. And the answer for that will follow. But first, just again, who I am. I am Scott Vance, and I'm the owner and planner at Trishley Financial Advising, Trisuli Financial Advising. You can contact me at Scott.Vance at TrishleyFinancialAdvising.com, or at my website is www.TrishleyFinancialAdvising.com. And again, just so everybody remembers, Trishley is spelled Trisuli. So the answer to that question of how do I select a college savings vehicle for my child, and when should I start one? So probably the most common saving vehicle most people know nowadays is a 529 college savings plan. They are the most common and most useful savings investment vehicle for college funds, or expenses, 529 plans can be contributed to by both the parent or extended family members, and even the child themselves. The funds are earmarked for your children to go attend college. They should be started as soon as possible. In my case, I know for my son, before he was born, I had my wife start one for my benefit, and then when my son was born, we switched the beneficiary from me to him to take advantage of that longer term of compounding. That leads into another thing. The good thing about 529 plans is very easily to switch beneficiaries. So if your first child decides not to attend school or decides to go in the military or something along, or doesn't need the funds because they got a full ride scholarship, you can very easily change that beneficiary to a family member, so a cousin, brother, sister, father, mother. That's a good thing about a 529 plan. The only problem is if you take it out without incurring actual costs that are eligible under the college plan, you will pay a penalty and a tax on them. So to select your appropriate plan, you should first look at each 529 plan is sponsored generally by a state or an institution. So it's generally better to take a look at your state. There are some states that offer tax deductions. So the amount that you contribute to the 529 plan is deductible. You would have to take a closer look at your specific state to see if that's available. There are not too many states that do that. But you are allowed to choose any 529 plan in any state. You just lose that tax deduction if you should so have it. So the next thing to look at is the cost of the plan. A lot of high costs can eat away at the total amount of assets in the fund after a long period of time. Many states offer 529 options that include Vanguard, which is known as a low-cost provider in the industry. Generally, they work with index funds, and like I said, Vanguard's known for being a low-cost option. Finally, for 529, 1 minute, Brandon. You should look at a 529 plans. 1 minute. You should look at a 529's investment plan lineup. So states offer age-based portfolios. So as you move towards the child's education, as you move towards the child's eventual attending of college, the portfolio becomes less aggressive. Then there are also static portfolios that are strictly aggressive or conservative type funds. Just remember, it's always good to balance the tax savings. So the tax savings you would get with the 529 plan up front is the possible deduction from your state income taxes. But on the back side, where it makes the most money, is you get those funds back for with zero taxes for college expenses. So all your money that you've made on top of the amount that you've actually invested, so all your gain is not taxed if you use those 529 funds to pay for your beneficiaries' college education. And then just the last thing to keep in mind, there's some tax credits that you can get as a part of college education. You need to be careful when you get those tax credits that you're not double dipping. So if your 529 plan pays for all of your college costs, you cannot claim the tax credit on top of that. So you still have to you basically have to be out of pocket a certain amount of money to be able to get those tax credits on your tax return. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. I'm Scott Vance, and to contact me would be scott.vance@trishleyfinancialadvising.com, and my website is www.trishleyfinancialadvising.com. Have a good day.